What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Hope everybody's had their week has gotten off to a good start thus far. I'm going to get right to it and, just get right to the point here. The big announcements that I've got here. Okay. Number one is, if I've learned anything in the last 2 years, it's, don't talk about things you're going to do. Show people what you're going to do. Or, don't talk about stuff. Show people the results, right? And, the things that I talk about, that I make my videos about and I post about online is just a tiny part of everything that's going on behind the scenes, whatever. Like an iceberg. You only see like the top 25% or whatever. You don't see the whole bigger picture and everything else that's underlying beneath the surface there. So with that being said, this past Friday I had the wonderful opportunity of being a guest on the Deal to Heal podcast with Ernest James. I will leave a link for his YouTube underneath this video. That episode drops on April 22nd. I'm really thankful, grateful, and happy and honored that God has chosen me to continue to share my testimony and to put it out into the world for more people to hear, because more people need to hear stories like mine, stories like yours too. Like, that's why it's important for us to recover out loud and to use our voices to discuss the things that we went through, that we survived, and that we persevered through. Because the more we share and the more we talk about it, the more that helps shatter that stigma surrounding addiction and mental health, right? And, the more we share our stories and talk about the things that we went through and we made it through, being lucky enough to be on this side of life, that gives hope to other people that are in similar situations, that think that they're the only ones that have went through these things. And tonight, I get another amazing opportunity to be a part of a different podcast, the Life's Checkmark podcast with John Emery. I'll also leave a link to that channel underneath this video. The second part of my announcement is, in John and I's initial conversation a couple weeks back about me coming onto his podcast, he mentioned that he was writing an anthology book. There's 19 or 20 other co-authors to this book. He asked, after learning about part of my testimony and the things that I've got going on in my life right now, if I would be interested in being one of the other co-authors. And, of course I took him up on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be a co-author with 19 or 20 other amazing individuals, okay, writing a book, sharing messages of hope, perseverance, overcoming all types of trauma and problems and whatever that you can think of that life would throw at you, and they're just everyday people, just like me and you, okay? That's the best part about it is, God calls the broken to lead the broken, right? Like I said in my one post a few weeks back, he's not going to send the high and mighty, somebody that's going to be looking way up here down on you to try and come and reach you and talk to you, because that's not how it works. So it's a really amazing project and an amazing collaboration. I had the opportunity to meet about half of the authors on a Zoom call last night, and it's really going to be an amazing project moving forward. In the coming weeks and the next month and a half or so, 2 months, you're going to be seeing a lot more posts, teasing, giving sneak peeks about not just my chapter and my role in the book, but I'm going to be doing collabs with the other co-authors, my fellow co-authors, so you can get a sneak peek and a little preview into what their chapters are going to be and what their stories are. You know, I'll have a lot more details about the book soon, but you know, just stay tuned, because you ain't going to want to miss none of this. And so yeah, thank you for all of y'all that have been a part of my journey thus far, and thank you in advance for everybody that's going to continue to follow moving forward, because like I said, y'all don't want to miss this. There's a lot of great things that's going to be happening with this book, and I'm very, very flattered and very grateful for the opportunity to be a part of something as great as this. Anyways, y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Much love. God bless. We'll talk to y'all later.